So dear students, so as I told in the last video, so in physics, so we have large scale of measurement. So we measure the mass of the electron, which is of the order of 10 power of minus 31 kg. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜೀರೋ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 0 ಬರೋದು, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ 30 zeros ಆಗಿ 1 ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಥರ ವಿ ಮೆಜರ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 10 power of 55 kg. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಬರೆದು ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ 54 zeros. So this is the long range of measurements that we make in physics. So it is better to use the scientific notation, that is 10 power of something. So this is called as the factor. So factors of 10. So in appendix 2 he has given different factors. So for example, 10 power of 8 in 10 power of 18 is called hexa. 10 power of 18 is called hexa. 10 power of 15 is called peta. So you can see the appendix 2. 10 power of 12 is called terabytes. 1 TB hard disk, 2 TB hard disk, and that is called tera. So we have 10 power of 9, 12, that is giga. 10 power of 9 is called giga. 10 power of 9 is called gigabytes. So GB, 1 GB, 2 GB ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So this is giga. So 10 power of giga. So in computers, the mobiles ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ 1 giga. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ತದ್ದು ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, 1 GB ರ್ಯಾಮ್, 2 GB ರ್ಯಾಮ್. ಮತ್ತು ನಿಂದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟು, 1 TB ಅಂದರೆ 1 ಟೆರಾ ಅಂತ, 10 power of 12 ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಥರ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 10 power of 6. 10 power of 6 ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಗಾ. 10 power of 6 ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಗಾ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಥರ 10 power of 3 ಫಾರ್ ಕಿಲೋ. In the same manner 10 power of 2 for hecto. At the same manner 10 power of 1 means deca. So these are the powers of 10. Powers of 10. So symbol for hexa, so is capital E symbol. For peta, capital P, 10 power 15. For tera, T, terabytes, T. So for giga, capital G. For mega, capital M. For kilo, small k. So for hecto, small h. For deca, D. These are the powers of 10. Also we have smaller powers of 10. So 10 power of minus 18. 10 power of minus 18 is called attoseconds. And 10 power of minus 18 seconds, the atto, so represented by A symbol. Then we have 10 power of minus 15, very small number. So it is called as femto. Femto. So this is the size of our nucleus. The size of the nucleus is of the order of 10 power of minus 15 meter, femtometer ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ ಥರ we have 10 power of minus 12. This minus 12 is called pico. ಎಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ, pico. So represented by small pico, pico, pico represented by small p. Femto is represented by small f. So also we have 10 power of minus 9. So 10 power of minus 9. So 10 power of minus 9 is called, 10 power of minus 9 is called nano car ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ನ್ಯಾನೋ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ನ್ಯಾನೋ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನ್ಯಾನೋ, ಸೊ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ n, that is 10 power of minus 9. Also 10 power of minus 6. 10 power of minus 6 is called as microbiology, microorganisms. So that is called microchip, that is 10 power of minus 6, so represented by micro, micro. Then you have 10 power of minus 3. 10 power of minus 3 is milli. ಎಂಥದ್ದು, milli. Then you have 10 power of minus 2, that is centi. Milli is represented by small m, centi is represented by small c. Then you have 10 power of minus 1 centimeter, millimeter ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. So 10 power of minus 1 is called deci. What is called? It is called deci, represented by d. So these are the small measurements that can be used, that can be done by using the 10 power factors of 10 power. So you try to remember all these prefixes. So 10 power of 9 means giga, 10 power of minus 9 means nano. So these are the measurements that you should try to remember. So then we shall go for graph. So graphical representation, the graph is a very important tool in understanding the subject of physics. So graph. So in graph only there will be two lines, outlines. One is called as the x-axis, another one is called as the y-axis. So these two lines, they meet at a origin. So that is called the graph. So this is the y-axis. So we'll make a straight line. So this is y-axis. So this is x-axis. So yeah, we can have a three-dimensional graph also, but in our text or in our practicals we have only two-dimensional text. So this is the origin, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So graph may be in yesterday, is it a curve or a straight line, or a curve. So that shows the relation between two variables. So one is called as the independent variable, one is called as independent variable. Another variable is called the dependent variable. Into the dependent variable. So one is independent, another one is independent. For example, hard work ಅಥವಾ number of hours you study. So this is one variable, ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆ ಓದ್ತೀಯ ಅಂತ. So the next variable will be the knowledge ಅಥವಾ marks that you obtain. So this is another variable. So you can observe, ನೀನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get more knowledge, ಅಥವಾ if you use more hours for study you will get more marks. ಅಂದರೆ this hours ಅಥವಾ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ is a independent variable. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನೀನು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ ನೀನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೆಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್, ಅನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಸ್ independent variable. So always dependent variables or independent variable, first the independent variables are taken along x-axis. Independent variables are taken along x-axis and dependent variables are taken along y-axis. So that you should know. So dependent variables are always taken along y-axis, independent variables are taken along x-axis. So now we have some equations which represent different types of curves. So to represent a point, so point ಯಾವ ಥರ represent ಮಾಡೋದಂತ. So how to represent a point on a graph. So point is represented by the equation x is equal to a and y is equal to b. X is equal to a and y is equal to b. So we have x-axis and y-axis. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the origin. So andre on x-axis it is a, so somewhere this is a on x-axis. On y-axis it is b. So if you put a dotted line, so where they will meet? So again in the pass draw a dotted line. Again from b draw a dotted line parallel to x-axis. So they will meet at some point. Eradu meet ಆಗ್ತವೆ. So this point I will call it as p. That represents a comma b. So point is represented by a comma b, x comma y. You got the 10th or 9th or 8th, it is represented by x comma y. Say if it is 0, if it is 1, if it is 2, if it is 3, if it is 1, if it is 2, if it is 3, then represent 2 comma 3 on the x-axis. How to represent 2 comma 3? On the, this is the x component, this is the y component. So this is x component 2 illide, y component 3 illide. So this represents 2 comma 3. So the point P represents 2 comma 3. This is how we can represent a point on a graph. Then to represent a straight line, so second type is straight line. How to represent a straight line? Say you have a graph. So these are 4 quadrants. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, so this is minus x-axis, this is minus y-axis. So the x-axis is represented by, so take more anywhere along the x-axis. X-axis may ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗು, you go anywhere on the x-axis, that represents y will be 0. This is the origin. So x-axis is represented by y is equal to 0. This represents x-axis. Simply y is equal to 0 represents x-axis. X is equal to 0 represents y-axis. It represents y-axis. Secondly, you go anywhere on the y-axis. In y-axis ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದೇ point choose any point on the y-axis. There x will be 0. So you should remember x equals 0 represents y-axis. Y is equal to 0 represents x-axis. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಅದೇ ಥರ y is equal to plus b. Y is equal to plus b. Y is equal to plus b ಅಂದರೆ y ಮೇಲೆ plus b ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So 0, so it is b ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Say it is some point b. So y is equal to plus b, that is a straight line parallel to x-axis. Straight line parallel to x-axis. So this represents y is equal to plus b. Another line you can have y is equal to minus b. Y is equal to minus b. So y is equal to minus b. And the y minus b left, this minus b. This is minus b. So y is equal to minus b. That is a straight line again parallel to x-axis. This represents y is equal to minus b. Y is equal to minus b. And e distance will be minus b distance irutte. E distance will be plus b irutte. So also we have next we have another graph. So where we have y is equal to plus b, y is equal to plus b, and y is equal to minus b. Then we can have x is equal to plus a, x is equal to plus a. So if it is x-axis, this is this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So x is equal to plus a means, so x-axis ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ plus a ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this is plus a. So the x is equal to plus a means this straight line, a straight line parallel to y-axis, a straight line parallel to y-axis. ಅದೇ ಥರ you can have x is equal to minus a, x is equal to minus a, that is some point on the x-axis, that is the minus x-axis. So that is minus a. So ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this represents a straight line parallel to y-axis. This is x is equal to minus a straight line. This is x is equal to plus a straight line. X is equal to plus a straight line. So x is equal to plus a, this is parallel to y-axis. X is equal to minus a, parallel to y-axis. But y is equal to plus a, parallel to x-axis. So this you should remember. They all represent a straight line. They all represent the straight line. Also we have straight line, the straight line equation y is equal to some mx. This is another equation for straight line. So this y is equal to mx, this represents a straight line which is passing through the origin, which is passing through the origin. So this is the origin, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So a straight line y is equal to mx is the straight line which is passing through the origin. Origin, this is the origin. So origin is the pass of any straight line will be in the form of y is equal to mx. This represents y is equal to mx. This is the straight line passing through the